Hello everyone, I am Anup Krishnanich and you are watching Saturday Narrator. Welcome to Saturday Narrator, my YouTube channel. In this episode of Saturday Narrator, I am interviewing Dr. Shashank Kulkarni, an eminent scholar, author, and assistant professor in the Department of Political Science and Public Administration, Central University of Jharkhand, India. He is the winner of Nelson Mandela International Peace Prize and SARC Regional Brilliance Award in 2022. This interview with Dr. Shashank Kulkarni is focusing on his academic and professional journey. He is sharing his thoughts on India's agriculture and public policy. He is also sharing his experience on associating with Bharat Ratna Dr. M.S. Swaminathan Sir, the father of India's Green Revolution. To stay updated with the content in my channel, kindly subscribe to Saturday Narrator. I welcome everyone to this conversation. Thank you. What attracted you to the field of public policy and public administration and farmer policy, sir? Can you please explain briefly about it? Thank you, sir.
Yes, first of all, it is my pleasure that I got opportunity to express myself in this important platform that you created, and hopefully it will be a successful platform for accommodate different kinds of thoughts and way of Sanskrit. Vadaha vadaha jayate tattva. There is, am I audible? Okay. Yes. First of all, I'm very happy to see your platform. It is a very important platform that you are going to establish, and it will help to the youth of our country. There is a one proverb that "Vadaha vadaha jayate tato bodha." It means that this is our culture and a tradition of a Bharat that we are doing discussion not in the sake of discussion or not in the sake of to winning that discussion. We are arranging, we are doing, we are involving ourselves in the discussion to identify the principle, a crux in that particular discussion. And hopefully, your initiative will also help to nourish, help to build up that tradition of a Bharat, that the Samvad tradition, Tattva tradition. As you asked your first question, that how I entered in this field of a public policy and public administration in that sense. The reason behind it is that basically I have been trained as a agricultural engineer, and then I started working as a farm manager, and I got opportunity to deal with different farming activities. And I understand that there is a close relationship between development of a agriculture, development of a farmers, development of a market, and the policy of the government. I think that was the point which provoked me, or which provided me a space to understand government's policy and the welfare of the farmers. And in that some extent, my journey started in the field of agriculture policy and farmer policy. And for that matter, I identify this field, that in which field I will get opportunity to learn agriculture policy, farmer policy, rural policy, and then I got to know about Department of Public Policy at Central University of Jammu.
Okay, sir. We met at Central University of Jammu, sir. So, how was your experience as a PhD scholar at Central University of Jammu, and how did that experience shape your perspective on public policy landscape of India, giving you a pan-Indian experience? Can you please explain?
Yes, yes, yes. It was a really nice experience that I got a friend like you from different parts of the country, from Kerala to Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Assam, Meghalaya, from so many states. And that pan India approach, I think, developed that you told me the my experience in the Central University of Jammu. It was really a rich experience. Before joining that university, my parents and all other people who know me, my friends, they told that Jammu Kashmir is a really a sensitive state and there is a problem with law and order and so many things. How can you survive there? How can you work there? How can you do research? I also thought that how is it possible? But when I decided and when I joined the university, and you also aware about it, the situation was totally different. A situation narrated by the media and real situation in the Jammu and Kashmir. At that point of the time, I was talking about 2016-17. It was totally different. I went there, I met the people, I met different friends and professors, and I started my journey and I got opportunity to learn so many things from Central University of Jammu during my journey of a PhD scholar, and then I was there as a assistant professor, also as a guest faculty. I got opportunity to teach the student. It was a memorable experience, and thank you so much for the Central University of Jammu for providing this important opportunity and add the
I
value
had
in
the
my
distinct
knowledge
privilege
system.
of associating with Bharat Ratna Dr. M.S. Swaminathan sir at his research foundation. Can you briefly explain your most cherished memory with Dr. M.S. Swaminathan? Thank you, sir.
If I will explain it in a one word, then you know the Paris. Paris was a stone which converts steel into a gold. That is the Paris. And when it will touch to the steel, it will convert it into the gold. I think the moment I shared with the Professor M. Swaminathan, and my first meeting was such a transformational experience for me. A person who got Bharat Ratna and who known as a father of Indian Green Revolution, but very humble, very polite, and very down to earth personality. And I work actually on Swaminathan Commission's report, near about five reports and 3,000 pages. I reviewed and I converted into a 200 pages. And I wrote him a mail and he told me that I'm interested to see your academic work. And he invited me at a Chennai at MS Swaminathan Research Foundation. I visited his place and in his first interaction, he told me that Shashank, you have done a good work and we can transform it into the book also. And I requested him that, sir, if you will provide me a forward, then and then only this book will get a authenticity. Then he told me that give me some time, I will read the entire book and then I will decide. And after 1 month, he wrote a mail to me and agreed to give a forward, and he provided forward to that book. And that book became one of the important document in the world related with the Swaminathan Commission. And so many awards that book got. Therefore, I was when I looked towards my meeting with Swaminathan and his guidance, our interactions, I think it is a life changing experience in my life, and I am fortunate enough that I got opportunity to work sometime with a legend, living legend in his time, Professor M. S. Swaminathan. Unfortunately, he is not with us today, his memories and his work is a continuous inspiration from me and lakhs of
During
youth
your
of this
academic
country.
journey, you coined and developed the concept of policy ecocide. Could you break down this concept for the viewers of Saturday Narrator, please?
Yes, 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 definitely. Policy ecocide is nothing but a ecological suicide of a public policy. In the field of public policy and policy science, This is a new concept developed by me, and this is a contribution of Bharat in the field of public policy at world level. We can consider. The basic theme behind it is that when I was a scholar and I was working on national policy for farmers and farmer society in Vidarbha region of Maharashtra, at that point at the time, I got opportunity to learn that there is a correlationship between the failure of a policy and the suicide of the farmers. And therefore, I started thinking that a suicide of policy is responsible for suicide of farmers. And this gave the birth or a ground for the concept policy ecocide. And it is a very important concept. I wrote one book. You can see it on screen, Policy Ecocide. And I got forward from respected Hari Vamchi. He is the deputy chairman of Rajya Sabha of our country. He forwarded that book, and now this book is available for all online platform. And those people who are interested in public policy, those people who are involving themselves in the policy making process, and common citizens also. This book is very beneficial for them, and this is a new concept. But I think it after some years it will establish in the
Connected to that, I read a
academics.
report about in the Down to Earth magazine about the National Crime Records Bureau statistics stating that 28 farmers and agricultural laborers commit suicide daily. So, what are the reasons for farmer suicides and how to prevent it?
Yes,
Can you please briefly explain?
yes. Actually, farmer suicide is a one symptom of agrarian crisis. There are number of issues which are closely related with the agrarian crisis, and farmer suicide is the extreme point of that crisis. Therefore, if we want to address the issue, first and foremost important thing is that we have to understand the economics in agriculture, because ultimately if agriculture will provide benefit to the farmer, then and then only farmer will survive. And if farmer will survive, then and then only agriculture will survive. This is a vice and versa relationship. If agriculture fails, government fails, nation fails. And if farmer fail, agriculture fail. Therefore a success of farmers is responsible for success of agriculture, and success of agriculture is responsible for success of nation. But in today's context, there are so many problems are there in front of a farmer. First and foremost important problem is that increasing input cost of a fertilizer, cost of a uh, high yielding variety seed, cost of a insecticide, cost of a pesticide, labor cost, and so many input cost is there. As compared to input cost, outcome is not a competitive, and therefore economically farmer is getting lost. This is the first important thing. Second important thing, a irrigation facility in our country. There are high percentage of agriculture land is a dry land, purely depends upon the rainfall. If we will not provide irrigation and our land depends upon the rainfall, we cannot take more than two crops or more than one crop. And if we will not take more than one crop in a agriculture, how farmer will get benefit? This is also an important question. Therefore, it is very important to provide a irrigation canal system by which people farmers can grow more than three crops in a year. Third important point is that there is a linkage. There should be a linkage between agriculture production and market. Otherwise, what will happen? Those people who are involving themselves in as a mediator, like dalal, those people who are purchasing product from the farmer and they are selling in the market, and actual benefits they are getting. Those people who are involving as a mediators, vyapari. We have to create such a kind of infrastructure by which farmers can sell their product directly to the consumer, by which consumer will get a fresh food, a organic food, with a low price, and farmers will be benefited directly. These kind of things which we have to think on it, by which we can improve the situation for farmers, and we can remove him from the
So,
agrarian
what is the
crisis
significance
situation.
of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and Swami Vivekananda in your life? I have seen your book on science and spirituality cover page having the image of Swami Vivekananda and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Yes, I also remember that once upon a time you assured me that you will
Working
translate
on
it
it,
into
sir.
the
Yes, I'm
Malayalam,
working on it, sir.
but hopefully you will work on it. This book is nothing but a discourse by which how can we correlate science and spirituality. And this is our tradition, our own tradition, a tradition of a Bharat. If we consider any Rishi, Rishi Patanjali, Rishi Charak, Rishi Shushruta, Rishi Vyas, so many Rishis are there. At the same time, they are a Rishi and they are scientists. This kind of tradition we have. Therefore, our spirituality is a scientific and our science is based on the spirituality. And these are two best personalities, Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda's thought, though he devoted his entire life to spread spirituality, but his each and every thought is scientific. That rationality. And in case of Abdul Kalam, he was a missile man. He worked in the ISRO in a different position. He worked in a scientific field, but his thought process is spiritual. And when I look towards these two personality, great people in our country, I can understand how can we correlate science and spirituality. And then only we can live a holistic way. For example, in today's context, when we are talking about artificial intelligence, when we are talking about technological advancement, when we are talking about mechanization, computerization, but at the same time, we can understand that mentally stress is also increasing day by day. Pressure is also increasing day by day. The social isolation, individualism, these things are also increasing day by day. How can we provide the answer? There is no any answer for science. If we will connect science with the spirituality, it will add the value in science as well as it will improve the credibility of a spirituality. This is also very important concept because if spirituality lose its credibility, people will not show their faith on spirituality. And if science will lose the spiritual touch, science become disaster. Therefore, it is very essential to connect, correlate science with the spirituality by which each and every human being on this earth can live his or her life in a meaningful way. That is the
Thank
main
you,
thing
sir.
behind
Sir,
that.
what are the upcoming books and articles in pipeline for publication? Can you please explain about it? Thank you.
Yes, yes. Presently, I am working on a one project, spiritualization of a politics, राजनीति का आध्यात्मिकरण, a natural system of a India, भारत की नैसर्गिक व्यवस्था. I am writing this book that how can we correlate spirituality in the politics and how can we add the value in politics, improve the quality of politics, remove the corruption in the politics, and politics becomes a more people centric, citizen centric activity. I remember one line of a Samartha Ramdas. He was the guru of Chhatrapati Shivaji. He told in a Marathi in his Granth book Dasbodh, प्रथम पहिले ते राजकारण, पहिला ते कीर्तन नंतर ते राजकारण. It means that according to him, a puja of a Sri Rama is the most important thing. But after that puja, politics is the next important thing. That kind of stature we have regarding with the politics. If you will visit State Assembly of a Karnataka, I don't know have you visited or not. In the entrance gate, there is a one sentence: government's work is a God's work. Government's work is a God's work. I want to establish that relationship between the spirituality and the politics is my upcoming book, Spiritualization of the Politics. And one another project I'm working on, actually, it is very close to the publication, that Indian approach of rural development. I, I delivered a speech in Arakeram village, it is ideal village of Jharkhand, in 26 January 2026 only, few months back. And Dr. Gopal Krishna, he was a block development officer in Jammu Kashmir. Mm, Again, one professor from Jamshedpur, Dr. Ratnesh ji, and one of my student, Aditya. These three people came together and they edited my speech, and they started writing, and now this writing becomes a book, a Indian approach of rural development. And after a few days, it comes in a public domain. It is also a new subject, that how can we look towards the development of our country, especially rural development, through our own way, through Indian way.
Okay, Shashank sir. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights. I wish you all the very best for the future endeavors.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, and many, many best wishes
Thank
for
you, sir.
your initiative. God bless you, and thanks a lot again.